what's up guys, it is DiplexHeated again and welcome to Total War Rome 2, the Emperor Edition. That's right, we're sat with the Emperor Edition, but do note that this is some early access stuff, so what you're about to see is and could be subject to change. So we're not gonna delay any of this greatness. We're gonna head into the Imperator Augustus campaign, which is the new campaign featured in the Emperor Edition here in Rome 2. Now this campaign sets off in 41 BC, unlike the original campaign, or the original Grand Campaign, should I say, that sets off in 272 BC, 274, somewhere around that. So this is a lot later, and Rome has sort of been split. We have Lepidus' Rome, Octavian's Rome, Antony's Rome, Pompey's Rome, and I believe there's gonna be a bit of a civil war as far as I'm concerned. But you know, we're gonna leave that out of our problem or life or whatever you want to call it, because we're gonna jump in. Oops, color schedule. See, that's just routine. That just happens all the time. It's like jump into a game and my PC wants to change it around. I don't get it. We're not gonna head into the Eastern Empires. We're actually gonna go to the Balkans, and we're gonna jump in on Dacia. That's the faction that I've been selected to play. There are, of course, many other factions around here as well. Some that you saw in the Grand Campaign are still at our disposal, and many others that you could also play in the Grand Campaign are not. So we're gonna jump in here as Dacia, my selected nation. We're gonna go normal game difficulty, and we're gonna start the campaign. Now I am extremely busy with various things back and forth, and I was just actually recently hooked up with the Emperor Edition, so I'm gonna try and make like a short campaign or like a mini series. I'm not entirely sure how many episodes there will be, but probably not up into 40, 50, 60. I'm thinking I'm just gonna give the Emperor Edition a good run, check out the new features, and enjoy it to the fullest. And then of course I want you guys to play it as well. So look forward to this on the 16th. Now let's enjoy this cutscene.
I've done all I can to protect you.
The gods smile on you, Octavian. You're a good soldier.
I'm a politician.
We don't need more politicians. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
Why do you think Caesar favored you so?
I was loyal.
No, Octavian. He saw in you the potential to continue his legacy. Not to follow him, but to exceed him.
Antony cannot be trusted. His heart lies in Egypt. We must confront the reality that civil war is inevitable.
And how will bloodshed save the people of Rome?
You are not meant to save them. You are meant to lead them.
All men are troubled when their moment has come.
I am not Caesar. I don't have his strength.
The people loved him, and they will love you.
You can't think like an ordinary man. You must reach beyond mortal ambition and do what has never been done.
To survive, my son, Rome must have a master.
Now that's great, but over here in the East, I don't think we're gonna have an issue with the Romans yet.
Now that the Dacian tribes are once again united, the time has come to take them back. The Boyar exploited your weakness mercilessly and should be driven from the region as a
We'll
priority.
kill them, my friend.
Once they are taken care of, you may reclaim your lands on the Black Sea coast to open up new opportunities for trade and conquest. However, be wary of the threat from across the Danube. Your Thracian cousins nurse old wounds, and buoyed by their alliance with the Roman general Mark Antony, may yet seek conflict. Let them come to face you on the battlefield, as Dacians live only to conquer.
Great, so I would like to ask everyone if you can go back and compare one of my other Run 2 videos with this, and see if you can see a quality change, especially once we get into the battle, because I've actually kind of off-topically, do you even say off-topically? I've never heard off-topically before, but I've set my eyes on a new render setting that allows for just better stuff. Right, so there are new buildings, buildings that I've never seen before at least. And apparently there's a new building system as well, as far as I'm concerned. That's what my sources tell me. But I'm sure that you guys who have been more up to date with the latest Rome 2 patches will notice more changes than I. Because, truth be told, I haven't played a lot of Rome 2 recently. I did play a lot, though, when this game did come out. And then I've been taking a break, going back to some older games. That's just, you go back and forth. Anyway, I think I'm going to go with the Grovok Sal Moxis. Seems to have about the most, advantages that I'm looking for at the moment. It's going to give us public order and cultural influence. Wealth from all sources, wealth from culture. Bread and Games Edict also allows us to do some good stuff. So let's go for that. Unfortunately, we don't own this province entirely. And it seems like the person that stopped us from owning Dacia is actually one of our allies. And I was thinking we might actually backstab him once we've dealt with Boy. Or before we even deal with Boy. Or Boy, as you, I presume, would correctly pronounce it. So what I am indeed gonna do is I'm gonna get into the technology tab. And we're gonna start the civil research. Because I'll go through this quickly. It seems like we have a bit of a head start on some of these warrior researches right here, and we've even had the military thing pre-researched, so I'm wondering if that might be because we're starting off in the later era, 41 BC, and not 275, so to speak, or 272. Could be one of the reasons, but we're gonna go with a more of a civil research there. Let's also get a few more units here. The Falksmen are good. They are. They can't do a lot against Cav, but if we're going to besiege them and fight close quarters, it's better be something we're going to be ready for. Let's also raise another army in Piscool. I'm going to go for a free one, because I just feel like it. These guys are all right. We'll go for the Comuscus. That's his name, right. That's an interesting name. Noble swords. Entirely free of charge. And we'll place him there. That's going to give us +5, which is good. Over here we're -2, which is unfortunate. And I think we should go ahead and recruit a few more troops here. Just to secure our standings here. In case we were to be attacked by the foe up north. Boy. Hopefully that isn't going to deteriorate our resources too much. Let's send this guy in here for military training. Let's have a look at the diplomacy. Let's see if we can get a few trade agreements going here. These guys aren't super keen on us, but what do you do? Scordisi.
Greetings. Speak plainly and without idle.
Nope.
I am sure that your wares will find a
That's
home
low, so that's probably
somewhere,
not going to work
but
either.
not with us.
Nobody might be more of a successful thing here. We'll try even adding in a little payment. No, they didn't even take my gold. So apparently before we started this off, I read up on the Dacian faction. Apparently they have minus in diplomacy with nearby factions or other tribes or more barbaric nations. So that's unfortunate. So it looks like we'll have to fight our way through to get where we want to go. Let's get a fortified that's a settlement. We might as well upgrade Pelendava here to a village. Would be a good step in the right direction. And we're not going to expand anything now. I want a little bit of a bank. So let's end the turn. And see what the Romans do. All four of them. Not really, on my side of the world here. These guys want me to join the war on Iaziguez. But I think I'll deny that. This might seem like a harsh thing to do. But I'm actually about to take them out. Because why? Well, I want to unite Dacia. And allies are good to have, but I'm not at war with anyone at the moment. And even if I were to become at war with someone, I feel that they're a little too far off and too tiny to even act and help. Right, we got +1 here, that's good. That's not going to deteriorate, that's good. Over here we're actually gaining more, which is great. How many units are we talking here? 12? 13. Okay. Might as well talk to these guys a little bit ahead of time and cancel our treaty of military alliance. Ending a treaty shortly after signing it is considered an act of treachery and is condemned by all factions. Perhaps we should take this into thoughts. Perhaps wait a bit, build our strength and see what the boy you do. I might not have to end this just now, but I didn't want to enter the war on Yaziges, so that's something that my allied have to take. I mean, we can sit here and discuss all possible choices. We don't simply have to act on them. Right, so military training did its work down there. Looks like our general got leveled up. Okay, the research is done too. And this guy's got a new level. Champion. I like the campaign movement. So, I think we're gonna change spot, you and I. But we're gonna wait a bit so we don't lose too much. He will remain. And let's head over into the technology branch and research ourselves a knowledge of the oak. Sounds like a good idea. We're still building over here, and we are developing everything, so we're about to get more money, which is great. That's exactly what we're gonna need. Now, I will trade a few soldiers with the armies here as I move over. We're not gonna need as many guys here, as they're already getting quite a lot happier. I do, however, want to see what the boy are up to. So I'm gonna get my military guy, and we're gonna scout out up ahead. Would be good to get a spy, too. They're expensive, but I think they'll be worth it. Quite certain they will. We'll send him in here, meanwhile. And end the turn. So once we take Istros, I believe we need to take 2 southern regions to fully unite this region, or province. Is it you take provinces or regions to unite a province or region? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, Mr. Spy, time to get going. Righto, looks like it has a very weak defense. And it looks like their army's on the way north. I think that this is something you need to... Well, you simply need to take advantage of this. An army led by Beodrix. I wonder how many men they have defending extra as far as the garrison goes. I'm not entirely sure. But, well, it's winter time and we're gonna set off. Sorry about the trespassing. Hopefully you won't be too upset. I do intend to move out of there soon. And you two will be moving the second this guy hits the deck. So we'll go with a 6 spearmen, 3 skirmishers. Okay, Mr. Champion. You will continue training this army instead, because that's how I want it. And we'll end the turn again. There's a lot of end turning or turn endings or whatever you want to call them, but that's just how we work. Boy, you're moving down again. Right, I guess they saw it coming. Unfortunate, but that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. Sorry about the trespassing, my friend. I really am. There we go. The civil unrest can be a bit of an issue sometimes. Gotta make sure it's kept in order. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything here. We don't have a population surplus. And none of these buildings will increase the happiness, although they will increase the growth. So I believe village farms will be suitable here. It is going to add lots of different things, and it will provide more garrison. This is exactly what I want. Over here in our capital, I think we're going to stay easy on the money for now. We aren't allowing ourselves for too much. Let's send the spy in here. What scared them back? Well, this army's defensive, so I doubt there was anything about that. I guess our aggression and our movements down south sort of scared them off. We'll see if they'll try again. I'm gonna try and head in between and catch them off guard. But otherwise, I'd have to fight them on the field, although I'm not exactly sure I want to fight an army like this. I wonder if my Falxmen are equivalent. 39, 39. 35, 26. 20, 50, 65.
Ready for orders.
Okay, 52, 13, 10. So these guys are definitely the kind of people you'd charge in, and the melee defense and armor on these guys are excellent, while mine are just pretty poor. But the melee attack and weapon damage is great too, so you'd have to be quick and not drag out on the fight. Good to know, though, before I do send my men in to fight. Right, I'm eager to see what's going to happen in Rome. We should look out for possible civil war in the future. I believe that's what this is entirely is about. Feast. Great. That's excellent. That's exactly what we'd need in these grim times.
To your duty, my warriors.
Right, now that this is researched, I think we can move on to something else. That looks good. The Sacred Grove. Their army really is pushing it now.
Warriors all.
And I'm not exactly outnumbering them either. Warfare. Assault Patrol. 15% catching face. I'll get the Paragon. I like the authority. Now, let's also recruit a few more units so we can take it. Let's go with a few more spears here. Sounds like a good choice. They have got better melee defense, armor, and health, but their melee attack and weapon damage is quite low. So I believe you'd have to combine these units. Take the hit with the spears and then send in the Falxmen to do the main damage. Sounds like a plan. Alright, the quaddy guys are heading in here. I wonder if that's going to discourage the boy from attacking us. They're going to be needed up here next turn. Then again, if... It's kind of ill-timed on my behalf, but we'll see how this runs out. Otherwise, we simply have to pick another fight another day. I want to see how the relations of these factions down south look. They're not allied with any of them. So I'm going to take my spy and send him down south. I want to see if Singidium is easy taking. Could be, could not be, we'll see. But if our army is going to be too damaged from fighting this boy army, I mean, might not cut it. Might not cut it. I want to unite some provinces and get some real money going. That's what worries me the most. But it looks like we're going to have a battle on our hands. And, yeah. Great. Let's fight. And do try and keep an eye on the image quality as a side thing. I'm interested in making sure that it stays top-notch. And hopefully it does. So unfortunately we weren't able to fully train our troops. Damn. So they outnumber us in spears. They have cavalry too, which is an issue. But we do have spears. 3 cavalry units, 3 spears, I guess. Guess that settles it. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Looks like they're splitting their forces. Slingers, Levy Freeman, Levy Freeman, Levy Freeman. Light Horse, and over here, Axe Warriors. These guys actually frighten me. But they look amazing, they do. Slingers and more cavalry. Now,